So a rabbi in the middle of his Yom Kippur sermon notices a fellow in the third row fast asleep. In fact, not only is the guy sleeping, he is snoring. The rabbi calls over the president and instructs him to go and wake the man up. The president isn't too excited with this request and tells the rabbi, with all due respect, you put him to sleep, you wake him up. After a stern look from the rabbi, the president goes over, wakes the man up and tells him that he can't do that in the middle of the rabbi's sermon. Excuse me, says the man, I paid my membership dues, I paid for my seat, and if I want to sleep, no one can stop me. I have absolutely no problem with you sleeping during the sermon, whispers the president. The problem is you're snoring so loud, no one around you is able to sleep. As many of you know, I only give official sermons on high holidays, so you can all relax and join me in saying L'chaim as I share with you a short message in honor of this beautiful occasion. L'chaim, l'chaim. The story is told about a mischievous teenager who wanted to show off by stumping the rabbi. Before a large crowd, he asked, Rabbi, you're supposed to be a wise man, so let's see how smart you are. I have in my hand a butterfly. Tell me, is the butterfly alive or dead? The rabbi thought to himself, if I say alive, he will squash the butterfly and show me to be wrong. If I say dead, he will open his hand and let the butterfly fly away. Either way, I would be wrong. Realizing the trap and concern for the life of the butterfly, the rabbi said, the answer to that question lies in your hands. Tonight, we have come together to celebrate our accomplishments and to say L'chaim. On behalf of my wife, Devorah, our family, and the entire community, I extend our deepest gratitude to our chairman, Jason Fox, to this evening's honorees, Ted and Elaine Burke, and Wayne and Anita Kernes, to Joseph and Rita Amrani and the staff of the Old Tappan Manor, to Rabbi Shlomi and Mushki, to Maritza, and to all of you who have supported us financially, and to all of you who have contributed to the continued growth of our beautiful community in so many meaningful ways. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for joining us this evening. But more importantly, my friends, we have come together this evening to wish each other L'chaim and commit ourselves to continuing our efforts in the years to come. Exactly 50 years ago, on the morning of June 7th, 1967, the third day of the Six-Day War, Israeli paratroopers entered Jerusalem's Old City, and after asking an old Arab man for directions, they made their way to the Western Wall and Temple Mount, something Jews had not been able to do since before 1948. Shortly thereafter, Colonel Matagor announced on the Army wireless, Har Habayit B'Yadeinu. The Temple Mount is in our hands. I repeat, he said, the Temple Mount is in our hands. While listening to the recording of this broadcast last week, I was reminded of a similar message, one that inspired me and Devorah to move to Old Tappan. It was our dear Rabbi Schneerson's call to each of us that we make building Judaism the central focus of our lives. In other words, his message to us is the Temple Mount and everything it stands for, faith in God, the Jewish continuity, the principles of the Torah, the value of every Jew and the joys of our tradition is in our hands. 3,329 years ago, as Moshe was minding his own business in the desert hills, God suddenly appeared to him and told him to return to Egypt to free the Jews. Moshe was not willing to accept this mission. He felt unqualified for this historic task. Then God asked him, "What is in your hand?" And Moses replied, "A staff." God told Moses to cast the staff to the ground. Moshe did, and it turned into a snake. It's a nice trick, but there's more than flashy tricks at stake here. God was teaching Moshe and each of us a lesson. Do you see what's in your hand? In your hand is a stick. In your hand is strength. In your hand is the fate of your people. If you use the staff for leadership that was given into your hands, you will be able to perform wonders. You will be able to lead the restless group of slaves to freedom and turn them into a people of eternity. But if you let your strength and potential slip from your hands, the staff will turn into a serpent. Your gifts will be misused and probably just wither away. Tonight, we announce with confidence and joy, Har Habayit Biyadenu. The staff is in our hands. The Temple Mount is in our hands. The great task of building Yiddishkeit, of educating our children, touching the hearts of our seniors, strengthening Torah and inspiring people to do mitzvot is in our hands. Indeed, the precious gifts of strength, such as kindness, love, resources, or influence, is in your hands, and it is in my hands. And so as we begin our 12th year of Chabad of Old Tappan, let us join together in recognizing our individual and collective strengths. And let us be the paratroopers who lead the way for the happiness of our families, the future of our children and our community, and ultimately of bringing the light of redemption into the world, when our righteous Mashiach will lead us to the Temple Mount, and we will all proclaim together, Har Habayit Biyadenu, the Temple Mount is in our hands, Habet Hamidash Biyadenu, the temple is in our hands. May it be speedily in our days. Amen, and thank you all. L'chaim.